Okay, so today we will look at how to solve a system of linear equations. Okay, so there will be mostly problems based on two linear equations, and you'll have two variables. Okay, so two unknown quantities that we will have to find the values for. We will start with a very simple system of equations. Let me.
Want me? I'll just go get my book.
Sure. Okay, so we will start looking at system of linear equations. Okay. Okay. So in this elimination method, what we do is we eliminate with terms either x or y. So suppose you want to eliminate terms with x. What can we do? If you look at the coefficient of x in the first equation, you have 2.
2,
Coefficient of x in the second equation is 3.
3.
So somehow if I can equal, or let's say make these coefficients equal, I can subtract them, right, from one another,
Yes.
right? So this is what is normally done. So if you take the first equation, the second equation, so we multiply the first equation with 3 and the second equation with 2, so that the coefficient in both the equations is same for x. So this is what we are doing. Okay, so multiply equation 1 with 3. Now why are we selecting 3? Because 3 is the coefficient of x in the second equation. And then what do? Multiply equation 2 with 2. So what do we end up having? We multiply throughout. Okay, so the first equation, if I multiply by 3, 3 into 2, I have 6x.
6x plus
15y. And the right hand side I have
36.
36. So that's my first equation. And then here I'll be multiplying with 2. So I have 6x
6x plus
8y
8y equals to 22.
22. So this is our second equation. Now what do? Now we just subtract.
We eliminate
We
6x.
Exactly. So when you subtract, what do we have? Okay, so this is minus, this is also minus. So this gets cancelled, right? So 6x minus 6x gone. So 15 minus 8, how much is that?
7y. 7y.
And then right hand side, what do we have? We have
14.
Okay, so now I can divide both sides by 7. So I'll get y as 14.
Y equals to 14 by 7.
So what is y? Y is 2.
Equals to 0.5 or 1 by 2.
So once you have y, you can substitute the value of y in one of the equations. So suppose you substitute the value of y in the first equation, suppose. Okay, I get 2x plus 5 into 2, that is 12. So what do we have? 2x plus this is 10, that is equal to 12. Okay, so if I have 10 on the right hand side, if I send it to the, sorry, 10 is on the left hand side. If I send it to the right hand side, it will be minus 10.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So you have 12 minus 10. So 2x is 2. And then I can divide by 2 on both sides.
Equals to 1.
So yeah, 2 by 2 is 1. So the value of x is 1. And then the value of y is 2. Now, I think after you solve any system of equations, what you can do is you can substitute these values in one of the equations and then check whether they satisfy the equation. Okay, so what do I mean by they satisfy the equation? Once you substitute these values on the left hand side, whatever you get should be equal to the value on the right hand side, right? So maybe as a check, we can substitute these in the second equation. We already did that. Okay, so but anyway, let us do it again. So if I substitute here, what do I have? 3 into 1 plus 4 into 2. So that is 8 plus 3, 11. So we are okay. Okay. Is everyone okay with the substitution method?
Yeah.
Yeah, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so very good. X is 4 and X is Y. So, TK, so what shall we do? Shall we eliminate X term or Y term this time?
Sir, let's eliminate y.
Eliminate Y, okay. So let's say this is my first equation, this is second equation. Now look at the coefficients of Y. This is 5 here, this is 2. So the first equation will be multiplied with 2. The second equation will be multiplied with 5.
5.
Okay, so if I do that, let's say I have 6x
6x plus
Plus
10y
10y
plus 54.
54. Okay, so the second equation will be multiplied with 5. So I have
45x plus 10y plus 210.
Okay, so if I multiply with 5, yeah.
210.
Okay. So then what do we do next? Subtract, right?
We subtract.
So subtract. How much is 6 minus 45?
Minus 39.
Minus 39. Okay,
X.
so this gets cancelled. I think 54 minus 210
Minus 156.
minus 1.
56.
So there is a x here. So x will be
4
minus
minus
156
4.
by 39. Okay, I think that is minus there. Minus minus will be plus. I'll get 4. So if I substitute in one of the equations, suppose if I substitute in the second equation, so what do I have? 9
9
4
into 4.
plus 2y is 42.
36 plus 2y equal to 42.
So 36 plus 2y is 42. And then this 36, I can send it to the other side. So I have 2y is 42
Minus 36.
minus 36. So 2y happens to be 6. And then y happens to be 6 by 2. So that is 3. Very good. Okay, or we could have eliminated x and then obtained y first and then next x.
The
So
difference
either way
is if we eliminated y here, we're getting answer in minus, and over there it's in plus.
But we anyway should get the same answer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. What are you getting? Y is equal to?
0.
1y equals to 0.
1y equal to 0.
1y and y is same. So y is
Okay.
equal to 0, I'm getting.
1 is equal to 0.
Sir, y is equal to 0.
Y equal to 0. Okay.
Yeah, sir.
So if I substitute, then 1 minute.
Does it work? Y equal to 0?
Sir, I think it works. Sir, I'm getting x equals to 6 and y equals to 0.
Okay, x is equal to 6 and y equal to
0.
0. Okay. So what did you eliminate first?
Sir, x.
Okay.
X equals to 6. Yeah.
And y is equal to
What did
0.
we eliminate? So let's say the first equation you multiplied with 3.
Yes,
The
sir.
second
3 into 2
equation
and
you
2 into 3.
multiplied with.
That's,
So what answer are you getting, Tamohar? Y is equal to?
y equals to minus 2 and x equals to 11.
X is equal to 11. Okay. So okay. So let's validate this. So you want to tell us how you
Yes,
started?
sir. Sir, y is equal to minus 2 and x equals to 11. I'm also
It
getting.
is equal to 11. Okay. So let us see how did you proceed?
So we eliminated x.
Eliminated x again. Okay. So
Yes.
let's see. So you substituted. So the first equation with 3, the second equation with 2. Okay,
Yes,
so
Yeah.
I have 6x.
6x plus 9y equals to 48.
Equals to 48.
48, very good.
Next is 6x plus 8y
8y
equals to 50.
Equals to 50.
50. Okay, so you
So you subtracted, we
Y
get
equals
y equals to
Y
minus
equals
2.
to minus 2.
y is equal to -2. Fantastic. And then you substitute in any of the equations. So let's say in
So
this
Yes, sir.
I substituted first equation.
3 I substituted in the second one. 3x
either
minus
way is fine.
25. 3x.
Guys, give me a minute.
3x plus minus 8 equals to 25.
3x minus 8 is equal to
Minus 8
20.
equals to
25.
3x equals to 33 and
33
X
x
is equal
equals to
to
11.
very nice. Good job. Okay, is everyone okay?
Yes, sir.
So let's try one more.
So one more.
Okay, you're getting y equal to
minus 9.
-9. Okay, so let's see. Y is -9 and then x is?
I did not do Excel.
Okay.
I'm doing.
Okay. Y is equal to -15. You're getting, okay. So we don't know what it is, right? You're getting x as well?
Sir, x I almost got. It's few steps away.
Somewhere.
Okay, so we're going to ignore these values. Okay, x is how much?
37.
37, and then y is
Minus 15.
-15. So did you substitute and then check that they're working?
Yes, sir. It worked for me.
Which equation? Both
Sir,
equations?
Yes, sir. I substituted y. I eliminated y.
Okay, you eliminated y. Okay, so let's to eliminate y. I think you see that in the first equation the coefficient of y is 5. In the second equation the coefficient of is 10. So how can I make the coefficient of y same? I think I can just multiply first equation with 2. Right? The first equation I can multiply by 2. So what do I get? I get 6x plus 10y is equal to 72, and then here I have 6x plus 10y is
And
70.
now I got the same answer as Sidhu, sir.
So if you subtract, what are you getting? Guys, do you see what you are getting here? If
Sir,
you
y is equal to minus 3.
no, see, subtract here. What 6x minus 6x is how much? 0.
0.
10y minus 10y is how much?
0.
0. So left hand side I have 0.
Yes.
Right hand side, what do I have? -3.
Yes.
Is 0 equal to -3?
No.
Not possible. So what can you say about these two equations?
It's not possible.
Exactly. So there are no solutions here.
Sir,
So
I
then
think
over here.
time when I did this, I got X as 27.5, sir.
Okay, so I'll do one thing. You have
Sir,
access to
actually-
calculator.
Sir, when I was subtracting this equation, the subtraction equation which I got was 30x plus 50y equal to 360. And the second one was 30x plus again 50y equal to 375.
Sir, I got 2 answers, sir. X and Y. 2 answers. Sir,
Anyway, sure. Okay.
Sir, but they won't satisfy the equation, sir.
Then how can we say that they are the answers then?
That the
They are
equation
the
is not
answers.
possible.
They have to satisfy, right?
Yeah, sir, but they won't satisfy, sir. I checked.
Then they are not the answers.
X equals to 27.5 I got, sir.
Okay, you substitute and then say you have access to calculator. You can calculate. You don't have to do mental calculation. You can use a calculator.
Sir, if I say it's not possible.
So you understand, because see, when we try to use the method of elimination, what are we getting? We are getting this impossible statement, right? On the left hand side I'm getting 0, on the right hand side I'm getting -3. So it's like not possible, right?
Sir, if X is in decimals, then it is satisfying, sir. for me.
Okay, tell me, give me a number. Let us see. I'll copy these equations in the next page. Okay, Tamohar, you can tell me. What did you do?
Sir. Sir, like I eliminated the x, so 18x plus 30y equals to 216
Okay, say it again. 18x. You eliminated what?
x.
Okay, how did you eliminate x?
Like I multiplied the first equation with 6 and the second equation with the 3.
Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so if I multiply first equation with 6, I get 18x. 18x. Then I have 30y. So this will be 36, I think 216.
216.
Then you multiplied second equation with 3.
18x
18x,
18x plus
30y.
30
equals to 225.
225. So now
Sir,
you subtract it.
It's still not possible because 30y minus 30y is 0.
So this is 0.
Oh, sir, I did a
Then you are
mistake.
getting 0 is equal to minus what? I think
Sir, sorry, sir, I did a
9.
mistake.
Again, not possible. You understand?
Yeah,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
Instead
Now,
of 0, I wrote y, sir.
so now what
Same
are we okay. So what are we learning here now? If you have two linear equations in two unknowns, is it compulsory that we will have solutions?
No,
No. Okay. So this
some
is
are
what we need to-
impossible.
it is not possible. Okay. So I think we have seen some equations where we had solutions. Okay, we had solved plenty of them, right? But now we are also seeing a system of two linear equations where there is no solution. Why? Because when we used this method of elimination and then started solving it, we encountered a contradiction, right? Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
let's look at one more. Okay. What is 0?
So like after you do it, once you come to the subtraction, left hand side and right hand side both is 0.
Yeah, sir. 0 equals to 0. I'm
0
getting
equals 0.
to 0.
So that means, can we have, let's say, x and y values to satisfy equations? 0 equal to 0 is okay, right? It is not a contradiction, right?
Can you please home deliver it,
Right then.
please?
0 is 0, that is fine.
Sir, the equation is not
I'll
possible.
wait.
I guess.
Say it
Thank you so
again.
much.
I think the equation is not possible.
Yeah, sir.
Solutions
Because
are not possible.
So
Yeah,
because
yes,
they're not getting
possible.
any values for
Because,
x and y.
Okay, so let's look at that. Let's look at that. Okay. So again, we'll do the same thing. So if I
Sir,
take
x is 2
x is
and y will be 3, sir.
x is 2 and y is
3.
3. Okay, so this satisfies both the equations.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's substitute and then see. 5 and 2, 10, and then this 6. Okay, 15 into 2, 30, and then this. Okay, this satisfies. So we have a solution, right?
So we mentally calculated.
Okay, but do you think this is the only solution?
No.
Why do you say so?
So because no, I don't know.
So do you think we have other solutions?
So more probably I think yes, but I don't know the
So if
answer.
there are other solutions, can you spot a few? Okay.
So okay, no, this is the only one equation.
This is only one solution.
Yes.
पक्का lock कर दिया जाए.
Sir, locked.
Locked. Okay.
I think
Okay. So think again. I mean, do you think
So
we have more
decimals are
solutions?
allowed?
no.
Okay.
think-
So suppose. Okay, guys. What if I say that let's say if I take I'll take y value as, let's say 8, suppose. Look at it. Okay, if y is 8, then I'll say x is 4. Do you think that works?
Uh,
Yeah, sir.
yes.
It works? Okay. Does it satisfy both the equations?
Yes, sir, it's satisfied.
It satisfies.
Yes.
So can I say that is also solution?
Yeah.
Okay. How about, let's say, if I provide one more, let's say, I'll say y is 13 and then x is 6. Do you think this works as well?
Okay, sir, I understood the pattern you're going in.
Okay.
There
So-
are infinite answers for it.
Okay. So that means there are infinitely, very good.
Yeah, there are
So now
infinite
we are
answers.
saying there are infinitely many solutions.
Yes. So because x can go 2, 4, 6, 8 and y can go plus 5, plus 5, plus 5.
Exactly. So we have infinitely many solutions.
Yes, sir.
So now what are we learning here? Okay, so if you have, let's say, a system of linear equations, simple. I mean, we just have two linear equations, two unknowns, but we are saying that, okay, in certain cases, we will have exactly one solution,
Sometimes it's not possible and sometimes we have infinite solutions.
infinitely many solutions. But now the question is, okay, by looking at the equations, can we identify when we will have exactly one solution, when we will have infinitely many solutions, when we will have like no solution? Do you think we can identify by looking at the equations? Is there a way to?
I think, but I don't know how.
Okay, so we'll do one thing. Okay, I'll try to place these equations where we had exactly one solution.
Sir, wait a minute. I think we can find out how a question has infinitely many solutions. Like when you substitute and subtract it, if the answer is 0 equals 0, then it's infinite solutions.
Very good. Okay, so if you use the method of elimination, if you are getting, let's say, 0 equal to 0, then you will have
Infinite
infinitely many
solutions.
solutions. If you don't, if you get 0 equal to some number which is
It's
not
not
possible,
possible.
then you don't have a solution. Okay, when you just don't get these two cases, then you are actually getting the values of x and y.
Yes.
Okay, very good, very good. That is a good point. Okay, so here this is what we are saying, right? Okay, so here we have one unique solution, right? We got one unique uh, solution, and then in the second for the second pair of equations,
We got no solution at all.
no solution.
No solution.
Okay, and then here we have infinitely
Infinite solutions.
many solutions. Okay, all right. Then what I want you to think is, okay, can you identify a pattern? Now, when we are solving these equations, the coefficients of x and y, and then whatever numbers we have on the right hand side, they are definitely playing a role, right? So they are important. So the way we have those numbers is actually deciding whether we ended up having a solution, or we ended up having no solution, or ended up having infinitely many solutions. So can you look at those numbers and then can you figure out, do you observe any pattern? Do you see any pattern? I'll give you some time. So look at these three equations. See if you see any pattern. Can you discover any pattern? Okay. Okay. What were you saying, Siddharth?
So I got it, I guess.
Okay. Go ahead. What is your
So in
observation?
the one unique solution one, none of the numbers and variables in the both equations in the top and left bottom, none of them are multiples of each other. In the no solution one, the left hand side is multiples of each other, but the right hand side is not. In infinite solutions one, every single number is a multiple of the bottom number.
Very good. That is a fantastic observation. Very nice. Okay. So if you look at that's exactly the point here. Okay, what Siddharth is saying is, if you look at the first set of equations, I can't get the second equation by just multiplying by the first equation. But I think if you go to the second set of equations, I can get the second equation, just the left hand side part, by multiplying first equation with 2, right? So if I multiply by 2, 6x plus 10y, but right hand side I'm not getting, I'm supposed to get 72. I mean, if it is the same equation, but I'm getting a different one. Okay. But here, if I'm multiplying by 3, the first equation, I'm getting 15, 6 by 12. So that means what? The question now is, in the third set of equations, do we really have 2 equations? Or we have only 1 equation? What do you think?
We have two equations.
But the second equation is just obtained by multiplying the first equation with 3, right?
Yeah, actually, wait, there's only one equation. We just multiplied the first equation by 3 and then we got the second one.
Yes. So it's just
So if
actually,
we take the bottom part of the equation and we divide it by 3, we'll get the first part.
first part. Yes. So this is what is happening, guys. Okay. So there are like terms that are basically used. Here you can say that these two are 2 independent equations, because they're not dependent on one another. Independent equations. Okay, I will not.
Sir, only the left hand side is dependent.
But left hand side dependent in the sense, you can say they give you one solution, so they're still consistent. Okay, you will get a solution, but if you take the last set of equations, they are not 2 independent equations, right? The second
Yes.
equation is just obtained by multiplying the first equation with the 3, so it is not a different equation.
Sir,
Okay,
so
so-
in the last one, if we take the first one, 5x minus 2y equal to 4, and we multiply it by like 10, 100, 17 or something, we'll still get infinitely many solutions.
Still you will get infinitely many solutions. Yes. Okay. So that is what is happening. So suppose if I try to write equations in a general way, suppose let's say instead of these numbers, suppose if I try to write, let's say a1x plus b1y equal to c1, and then I have a2x plus b2y equal to c2. So here I have a1 by a2. If I take the ratio, that is not equal to b1 by b2, and then that is not equal to c1 by c2 when you have unique solution. Okay, what are these a1, a2, b1, b2? They're the coefficients of a1, a2 are coefficients of x. Okay, b1, b2 are coefficients of y, and then c1, c2 are the constant terms. Now, when you take a look at the no solution case, okay, when you take a look at the no solution case, what is happening? If you take a1 by a2, what is a1 by a2? That is 1 by 2. If you take b1 by b2, that is also 1 by 2. So they are equal, but are they equal to c1 by c2? They are not equal to c1 by
No,
c2.
not equal.
Okay, but when you have infinitely many solutions, what is the pattern? A1 by A2 is B1 by B2, and that is equal to C1 by C2. Okay, is everyone okay so far?
So 1 minute, I'll just take notes.
Yeah, write it down. Yeah.